Hello YouTube, welcome to Super Lorcana World, your one-stop shop for everything Lorcana, and we have a whole buttload of reveals to talk about from last week, way more than any previous video. Let's just dive right into it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And we're going to start where we left off, which is at Cheshire Cat. An 8-drop inkable 5/6 a quest for 2, shift for 5 is good. Evasive is nice. And Wicked Smile, a exert to banish chosen damage character. This card is good. This card will see play. It gives you some nice removal in your Emerald, which, doesn't have the best removal in the world by any means. But yeah, banish damage chosen character, great card. Great. Evade, shift is good. Cheshire Cat, shift on it. Got some good ones. So it's a pretty good card. I like it. Nothing to hide. 1-drop Inkable. Each opponent reveals their hand, draw a card. This card will see play, but I want to talk about it for a minute. When this card was revealed, people were comparing this card to Gitaxian Probe and Magic. People were saying that this card is broken, bannable, insane, god tier, all that stuff. It is not. The main difference between Gitaxian Probe and this card is the Probe could be played for free because you could pay 2 life to play it instead of paying a blue mana. This does not do that. It's just a 1-drop. So it will see play, and it is a good card, but it is not a bannable card. It's okay. Peeking the hand's cool. That's nice. It's fine. It's a good card. It'll see play. Does not need to be banned, though. Alright? Cruella de Vil is a 5-drop inkable, shift for 3, 4/3 the quest for 2. It's character quest. Chosen opposing character is -2 attack this turn. Garbage card, probably won't see play. Jafar. A 2-drop inkable 3/2 quest for 1. It gains evasive during your turn. Probably not going to see any play unless you're playing this Jafar. If you're playing Jafar Turbo. A 4-drop inkable 3/4 that quests for 1. You can shift for 2. And during your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, draw a card. Not bad. In Steel, where you can do damage manipulation. I think there's like a small niche world where this sees play, but nothing fantastic. Cinderella. A 1-drop princess with Singer 3. And it's a 1/2 the quest for 1. It will see play in your Ambers, Song, Princess decks, nowhere else. But not bad. Cusco. 2-drop inkable 1/2 quest for 1. This character is banished, may draw a card. It replaces itself when it dies. I like cards that float. Floaters are cool. The problem is we have so much in Amethyst that lets you draw cards that I don't think this is going to see a whole lot of play. But I think you'll probably see a little bit of play for sure. It's really good at early in the game to get some quick advantage. Your opponent will have to kill it at some point, and then you'll draw a card. Pretty cool. The Huntsman. 2-drop inkable 1/1 that quests for 2. The whole Steel aggro strat is looking a lot better. Doesn't exist in set 1, but set 2, it's a very real thing. Change of Heart is the ability, not comparable to the broken Yu-Gi-Oh card. When this character quests, you may draw a card, then discard a card. Loot when you quest for 2. Solid card, it's going to see play, for sure. The Queen. Yeah, it's the Queen. A 3-drop inkable 2/3 that does not quest. But wait. You tap it to choose and discard a character card. Gain lore equal to the discarded character's quest. Very interesting card, if I have to say. I see this card and I think to myself, okay, big, giant, goofy turbo the deck? Maybe. This card is a build-around. I have not tested the Queen. I haven't tested it. I'm going to be real. I've tested a lot of stuff from the set 2. I have not tested the Queen. I think there's a world where you can build a pretty cool deck around this. I just haven't had the sauce. If you have the sauce, let me know in the comments. Owl is a 1/2/2 for 1. It's fine. It's whatever. Rhea. Rhea is a 3-drop and inkable 2/3 that quests for 1. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may raid this character. She can't quest for the rest of the turn. You're only going to play it in Rhea Turbo, in Ruby, and we'll talk more about it later, but this card isn't overly too impressive. I mean, it's a 3-drop that can do things, but like it needs a banish character challenge and with 2 power, whatever. Flynn Rider. This is a 4-drop uninkable 2/3 that quests for 4, seemingly. It also shifts for 2. That's huge. Evasive. Great, why not? This character gets -1 lore for each card in your opponent's hand. If you're playing Emerald, hand discard, Amber shenanigans, this card is a mandatory 4 of. If you're not, it is not. But it will see play, you'll see it, you'll be annoyed by it. Donald Duck is a 3-drop inkable 0/5 that quests for 1 when you play an action, gets +2 attack this turn. Nothing crazy here. Mother Gothel, a 2-drop inkable 3/4 that quests for 1. This character enters play with 3 damage. This card, early game, isn't as good as it sounds because it trades once, it dies. Whatever. What it's really good with is cards that heal, like Rapunzel. You play this, then play Rapunzel, and you draw 3. Hello? That sounds pretty crazy. So in those very situational decks, it'll see play. Otherwise, it will not see play. Teeth and Ambitions. A 2-drop inkable song. Deal 2 damage to chosen character. Yours to deal 2 damage to another chosen character. With the cards in this set that have synergy with dealing damage to themselves and like working with that, this card could see play in those strategies. It's also a soft form of little removal in Ruby, which it kind of needs. I'm gonna be real with you. So I like this card. It'll see play, like for sure, no doubt. This is Radagon's Marvelous Trap, uninkable 3-drop item. Banish this item. Each opponent loses 2 lore. It will not see play unless you're playing multiplayer, and then it's a maybe. It's just not good enough for what it is, in my opinion. Painting the Roses Red. A 2-drop inkable song. Up to 2 chosen characters get -1 attack this turn, draw a card. The only reason this might see play is because of the draw card at the end. It lets you cycle, potentially for free because it's a song, and maybe the mattered numbers with the attack. Otherwise, no. Very niche play at most with this. Let the Storm Rage On is a 3-drop uninkable song. Deal 2 damage, chosen character, draw a card. This is a Fire the Cannons that lets you draw a card that either costs 2 more or is free. I think it sees a little bit of play because it's nice to have steal removal that actually lets you draw cards. I think that's actually pretty cool. Go the Distance, a 2-drop inkable song. Write a chosen character of yours. They can't quest for us to turn. Draw a card. I like this card a lot in your Ruby multiple attack exerting decks because it draws cards. Cool card. It'll see play in that for sure. You Can Fly, a 2-drop inkable song. Chosen character gains evasive till the start of your next turn. It will see no play. Not at all. Not that good. And lastly, Strength of Raging Fire. Huge missed opportunity on this card to make a man out of you. And I'm really upset by that. It bothers me internally. But anyway, it's a 3-drop inkable song. Deal damage to chosen character equal the number of characters you have in play. This, in your going wide steel decks, will be playable as a 4 of, otherwise you're not going to play it. Expect to see play though, because it will. Definitely see play. Jiminy Cricket, a 2-drop inkable 1/2 that quests for 1, evasive. When you play this character, if you have Pinocchio in play, draw a card. This will see play in your Pinocchio decks. It will not see play literally anywhere else. Next up is Peter Pan's Shadow. This is a 4-drop uninkable 2/3 that quests for 2 with evasive and rush. Your characters with rush gain evasive. Back in set 1, rush characters were pretty good, like Rafiki, Maui, good cards. Their biggest downfall was that they could not attack evasive characters. This card changes that. Evasive on rush is a good combo, and this card will see play because of it, for sure. Rhea. This is what I was talking about with Rhea Turbo earlier. A 6-drop that you can shift for 4, inkable, a 5/3 that quests for 2. Whenever this character challenges a damaged character, she takes no damage from the challenge. I prefer this to the other Rhea by a lot. Attacking and not taking damage is huge. It's dealing 5 damage per shot. So that's pretty great, in my opinion. I like this card a lot. I really do. I think it'll see play, for sure. Abalu, a 3/3/4 for 1. Nothing. Rapunzel. I talked about this in the Blue Flurry Floodborn video last week. It is a 2-drop inkable 1/4 quest for 1, or you can exert it to remove 2 damage from chosen character. It's a good card that'll see play in your Rapunzel decks. Because, yeah, and your shift decks too. Sorry, your Stitch decks too. And they can shift into the other Rapunzel, and it's crazy, and it's good. Alright, nice. Good card. Hercules. A 6-drop Inkable, 6/3, that quests for 2, you can shift for 4, and has resist 2. It probably sees play. I've not tested Hercules, but it probably sees a little bit of play. The Wait set. A 3-drop Inkable item. Whenever you play a character with 4 attack or more, you may pay 1 to draw a card. This card's going to see play. For sure, without a doubt. This card is crazy. It lets you draw cards for playing the game. Drawing cards for playing the game, things that let you do that are insane. Because you're getting rewarded for playing the game. This card does that. It will see play. Holy moly, this card's great. Alright, Alice. The Growing Girl. A 3-drop Inkable 1/4 quest for 1. Your other characters gain support. And when this character has 10 attack or more, it gets +4 lore. It's another Bell type of build around, only with support. The difference is this is a lot more conditional because it requires you to go a little more wide. Belle could work by herself. Alice cannot. So I do think that Alice is a little worse than Belle, but you'll build a support build around going wide deck, and it will see play. It will see play. The card is good enough to see play. We'll see a lot of play. I don't think so. Nick Wilde, a 4-drop Inkable 2/4 quest for 2. When you play this character, you may return an item named Popsicle from your discard to your hand. Let's just skip ahead to Popsicle real quick. It's the next one. A 1-drop Inkable item. When you play this item, draw a card. Not bad. Banish this item, remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. Gives you more healing in Sapphire. If you play one, you'll probably play the other. Popsicle is way better by itself, but you can play Nick Wild to add it back to your hand if you want to. Yeah, I can see it playing. Pretty cool. Beast. 4-drop Inkable, 3/4 quest for 1. When you play this character, you may deal damage to a chosen character. Probably not going to see play. The Most Diabolical Scheme. An uninkable 3-drop song. Banish chosen villain of yours to banish chosen character. I'm very torn on this card. I like how there are 1-drop villains that can get rid of potentially 8-drop-ish or higher or lower by a little bit characters. You need to think about this card. It is going to be a -1. Definitely is going to be a -1 every time you play it. But the fact that we now have a 3-drop Dragonfire is cool in Ruby. Now you're going to comment and you're going to say, but Mario, you got to get rid of a villain. He's not a 3-drop Dragonfire. If you already have a villain on the board who's already like basically dead or used up or whatever, big value, huge value. Or if you're playing things like, the 1-drop Maleficent who's a villain. Okay, it's a 4-drop Dragonfire. Wow. That costs an extra card. That by the time you get into that late in the game, it's not going to do anything for you anyway. This card will see more play later when there's stuff that's like when this villain dies, do X or whatever like that. Or, whatever. Or a villain that dies, it just does something when it dies. It will see more play later on in the game. It will not see a whole lot of play right now. But it will see play in this format, and you best be prepared for it. Do not forget it is a song. It is a song. So it can be potentially a free Dragonfire just by banishing a villain who might already be dead. Who you could already tap. Who you could exert for the song. Seems pretty good to me. Yeah. I'm just going to show you guys something real quick. If I can just find it really, really quickly, that would be really cool. I don't know if I'll be able to, but we're going to try. This video is already long enough. It's going to be a little bit longer, and I apologize. I just want to show you guys something. I just want to illuminate your minds as to the potential upsides of this huge diabolical scream. Ugh, whatever. I can't. I don't even know the name. Forgive me. Oh my god, where is this card? Where is it? Wow. There's this 3-drop Maleficent that when you play it, you draw a card. It like floats, and it's the perfect singleable value for the huge diabolical scheme. Very interesting. So yeah, anyone that says this card is not that good is lying and probably doesn't know how to play Lorcana to the highest extent possible. This card has a very huge upside, but if you misplay with it, obviously it's going to burn you forever. But I do stand by, it's only going to see a tiny amount of play right now. It will see more play later in the game. But it's still going to see play right now, for sure. Blue Fairy did a whole video about it last week. I'm not going to talk about it. Drawing cards, it's a payoff for Floodborn. The card's broken. 4 of mandatory. And yes, since that video, I have tested this deck out. Nuts. This card's stupid. This card should not have been printed. I don't know exactly sometimes when card game companies print certain cards and they think it's a good idea. Like, I just don't understand. I don't know why this card exists. It's dumb. Stupid and dumb. Alright, cool. King Louis. A 7-drop, 3/8 that quests for 2, inkable. Whenever another character is banished, you may remove up to 2 damage from this character. It's like whatever. It'll see a tiny amount of play, nothing too crazy. It's okay. It's whatever. Beast. Another legendary beast, by the way. I swear, people at Ravensburger love Beast. Like how many legendary beasts are there right now? It's crazy. 5-drop, inkable, 3/5 that quests for 2. Shift for 3, by the way. And then its ability says at the start of your turn, if this character has no damage, draw a card. Otherwise, he gets +4 attack this turn. Like, hello? What? Not as broken as the Emerald Beast, that's legendary. But, like, good value on a card, for real. I mean, like, you'll see play for sure. No doubts. Pinocchio. A Pinocchio payoff. A 5-drop uninkable, but shift for 3. 3/3 the quest for 2. When you play this character, you may return chosen character or item with cost 3 or less to their player's hand. Not bad. In your Pinocchio Turbo decks, you'll play it. Otherwise, you probably won't. Launch. Banish chosen item of yours to deal 5 damage to chosen character. It's basically Sapphire removal in your item-based decks. That's not too bad. I wish it was a song or inkable, so you'll see a very negligible amount of play. But you'll probably see it once in a while. 4 cards to go. What a long video this one is. Holy moly. Charge! This is a 2-drop inkable action that says chosen character gains +2 challenger and +2 resist this turn. You know, okay. This card is really interesting on things like the starter deck Aladdin. You know, the one that you attack things and you gain lore and they lose lore. Very situational combo card, in my opinion. It will see a tiny amount of play in those very situational combos, and that's it. That's it. We got Namari, Bodyguard, and this character can challenge ready characters. It's a 4-drop uninkable, 2/4 that quest for 1. It's a decent card. It'll see a decent amount of play for sure. Sardine Can. 4-drop inkable item. Your exerted characters gain ward. It'll see a very tiny amount of play. Because your exerted characters can just get attacked over. Not a big deal. Plus you're already playing Auroras. It's not going to see a whole lot of play. Last card to talk about today is Donald Duck. It's a 5-drop inkable, 1/5 that quests for 1 with evasive, because everything has evasive in Ruby, well, apparently. This character gets +1 lore for each 1 damage on him. Another payoff for the cards that deal damage to your dudes. They can quest for 5, potentially. You know, pretty big card, pretty potential scary applications. I've not tested this yet, but this card reads broken. In practice, it's probably not going to be super playable. You'll probably get 1 turn, though, where you quest for 5, and then it's dead. But questing for 5 is huge. Like, that's big. That's a quarter of your win con. So, it'll see play. And that's it for the reveals. I do want to make a quick note. You know, when I talk about certain cards sometimes, I have the tone of, like, I'm condescending and I'm arrogant and whatever. You know, whatever. And I say things that might hurt people's feelings. At the end of the day, what you gotta know is this is all educational, right? That's what it's all about. I make these videos so that you can learn. I do play card games at a very high level. And once once Lorcana events start and like for real start, I'll be going more and more of them, and I'm sure I'll top them, maybe even win a couple. I mean, whatever. The world is my oyster, and I can go for it. I just want you guys to be aware of applications and things. The most diabolical scheme, I think, out of all the cards revealed, was one of the most, how do I want to word this, contentious in the terms of is it good, is it bad, whatever. And the card, it just reads really well, and it's good. It's not bad, and that's the only point we're trying to make. That's all it is. Okay, 20-minute long video. Oh boy, that's it for today. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you later. Happy Set 2 release week, by the way, because we're here. We're here.